Hey, Scott Haug here, and welcome to this video about some of my very favorite books I think will really influence your life and make a difference in your life if you haven't already read them. You may find a book or two that really piques your interest and allows you to change your results from here. I want to show you a couple of those. I got tons and tons of books. I've read a lot of stuff on materials of self-improvement in every area of life, and let's take a look at some of my favorites. So you might have already heard about this book, and I cover a lot on the channel here, but Neville Goddard has been definitely one of the greatest teachers that I've ever come across. Power of Awareness, if you don't have this already, with Awakened Imagination, get this copy. This is a really good copy. And then also there's a very superb one of this as well. This is Neville Goddard, The Power of Imagination. It's got all of Neville Goddard's books in this one book. It's just absolutely amazing resource in this book right here. So if you don't have these already, this is really about manifesting imagination, understanding nature of reality, shifting consciousness, all that good stuff packed into these books right here. And really some of the greatest profound teachings you're ever going to come across in today's age. I mean, there's so many books, right? You go on Amazon, there's about 1 million books out there that really help you change your life, right? So you kind of got to get the word of mouth sometimes of like, which ones do I read? Which ones don't I read? Because you have a limited amount of time. You're not going to be able to read all these books, right? So it's going to take a lifetime to read, say, 10,000 books. So here's another one. I read this a long time ago, and this really made a profound impact on my life. You might have heard this one before as well. This is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And this book right here is very hard to read at times because it's very emotionalizing. I mean, this author was in the Holocaust, and how he survived it and everything else is an absolute miracle. But what he talks about in this book is meaning. What kept him alive during all of that time of the horrific things that would come from a Holocaust, and how does somebody bear that in their mind and their physical body as well as their spirit? You know, what causes a person to endure such incredible, horrific things to a human being? What happens? And in this book, he talks about life's meaning comes from two things: your relationships and your work. And I think that has stayed with me for a lifetime. I quote it all the time. I keep it in my mind all the time that you don't just get your meaning from your work. You don't just get meaning from your relationships. You want both, and you need both really to have an ultimately fulfilling life. I believe, could be misquoting on this, but I believe Tony Robbins, this was his most gifted book to everybody that he possibly could give this to. I believe so. Could be misquoting that, but I'm very sure of it. So take a look at that one. The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol is a fantastic book. Earl Nightingale shares this in his various programs and things. The Magic of Believing is a really, really good book on belief, of course. Claude Bristol also has some great audios on YouTube that I used to play every single day for myself as well. Establishing New Belief, understanding how to change belief and what to do about it. Great book right here on that. Now, a couple of these books, if you're a Bob Proctor fan, my very first mentor, may rest in peace. You might have heard some of these books before, and this is where I reference some of this material. You Squared by Price Pritchett, absolute classic on getting quantum leap results. It's a very thin book. You can read a chapter a day. It's only 2 pages, sometimes 1 page long each chapter, but it allows you to get into really great thinking about changing and upgrading your style and level of frequency of thought. It's just an amazing one here. Another one here is all the Thomas Troward works, like the Edinburgh Lectures. That changed my life. It was about 5 years ago when I picked up that Edinburgh Lectures book, and even the first chapter talking about time and space and the relationship between both definitely changed my level of awareness dramatically. This one right here is the Essential Thomas Troward. It's much like the Neville Goddard work, as all the different works: Edinburgh Lectures, Door Lectures, Creative Process, The Law and the Word, all packed into this one book. Very, very fascinating, awesome, and extraordinary reference material. Of course, we have the Think and Grow Rich, everyone's classic with Napoleon Hill. Got tons of post-it notes on here, read this through many, many times, and is an absolute classic. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you've read it. I'm sure you have your own copy. If you don't, obviously grab it. This deluxe version is right on Amazon. It's amazing. I love this golden page one. They have lots of these different ones. The Law and the Success by Napoleon Hill. The Laws of Success, is a fantastic reference book as well. There's so much in here. Obviously, you could tell it's a monstrous book of content, right? But there's so many great golden nuggets in the first couple of chapters, especially about vibration and the ether and different things. So definitely a fantastic book. It'll take you a long time to get through this one. Now, I'm not going to go through every single book I have here because so many different ones changed my life. I'm going to go through one more in the personal development side that I'm sure you've heard of as well, and that's The Science of Getting Rich. It's a great version here, Science of Getting Rich. You can find this on Amazon as well. Science of Getting Rich is one of my favorite books all time. This one and The Power of Awareness are really my favorite books all time. This one right here really takes it to a whole new level of understanding thinking substance and what it will do for you. There's a thinking substance from which all things are made, which permeates, penetrates, and in all space of the earth. And what it does is allows you to understand, how do I impress my thought upon thinking substance? How do I increase other people? What is the science behind actually attracting in the results you want? And just an absolute amazing book. I've read this so many times. It's a very, very good book moving forward. Now, a couple of other books that you might have never heard before. This by Michael Sorensen. I don't think he's a very popular author right now compared to Napoleon Hill or Neville Goddard. But this book, I Hear You, was an amazing game changer for me in terms of relationship, in terms of validating, and being able to hear somebody and understand how to really listen, and then how to not always provide advice or help, coaching or anything like that. Really being able to hear your partner out, your spouse, a friend. It doesn't matter who it is. It applies to everybody. But this was a main big component in my relationship. Being able to really hear out my partner, listen, understand, validate what validating statements are, not brushing emotions off, validating emotions. This was a big one I read through. It's just an amazing resource if you have not had that for your personal relationships. I want to go through two other books here that were really important to me, but before I do, in the health side of things, you might have heard this one before, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. This book changed my life in the way of understanding that all of our health is connected to our mind and emotions. All of it. And it goes through all the personal elements. If you have this, if you have this, if you have this, what the causes are, what the thoughts that are keeping you stuck there, what feelings are keeping you stuck there. It's not easy to change the real deep down things that are going on within you health-wise just from reading this, I believe. Now, that's a belief, so many people may feel differently about it. I had to have several different experiences with various modalities in order to help myself cure certain things, myself to move forward. But at least it's brought me the awareness of everything health-wise and body-wise is connected to thought and feeling, and what that actually means, and how we can pinpoint certain things in the body to our thinking and to our feelings. It's an amazing resource to understand and look up. It's a very popular book, so if you haven't heard of it, definitely grab a copy. These two books extraordinarily changed my life, and they have for a lot of the people you probably listen to on YouTube or anything. This is the Seth Material. I have about 8 of their books. The Seth Material is much like Abraham Hicks, where Esther channels Abraham. Well, Jane Roberts, as you can see here, the author, actually channels Seth. And this was before Abraham teachings were even around. And this was the first one I got, Seth Speaks. And then I got The Nature of Personal Reality, talking about your beliefs are really the thing that's creating your reality and how that actually works. Talks about reincarnation. That's how I started to understand all the different aspects. Talks about multiple world, multiple dimensions. Talks about so many things, life and death, the cycles of life, all these different things. Fantastic books. I will always reference these for a lifetime. And there's so many of the Seth books. Another one here is Wayne Dyer, Wishes Fulfilled. Very great book as well. Talks about all about manifesting. How to manifest, what to do about it, how to raise to your higher self, how to raise to your highest self. Very good book by the great Wayne Dyer. And the final book I'll cover in this video here is Your Invisible Power by Genevieve Behrend. Fantastic book. Again, if you're a big Bob Proctor fan, you've heard of this book before. Your Invisible Power is like a short read that just it's a powerhouse of material. It gives you exactly what you need when you need it. And she actually shares her story of attracting in a lump sum of money and how she did that step by step. Really amazing material. And this was, I mean, she did that over 100 years ago now. But it allows you to understand the thought process then and now. It's all the same stuff. You still manifest like you would 100 years ago. So I have a lot of books here. I'd love to go through more, maybe a more in-depth analysis. I have books on relationship. I have books on personal development, mindset, wealth, everything you can think of. I got it. So if this video is helpful, in the comments below, make sure you throw something down there that says, this is helpful, I'd like another one of these videos. I'll share more of my collection and give you reference materials that have been really helpful in my life. Many different materials I know you've never heard of before, very most likely. And I can go through some of those materials as well. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll create another video like this if this is helpful to you. And if you haven't already, make sure you throw a like on the video and subscribe to our channel, as we send out a lot of how-to manifestation content, exercises, and things you're never going to find anywhere else. I mean, we go through some very in-depth methods that have been proven to work for our clients within hours. Literally hours, they start manifesting something different into their reality. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out our various manifestation courses if you haven't already. They will be a big game changer to you. I'll see you over in the next video.